Yo, what's going on guys? It's me, JoKin, and welcome back to part 5 of my Nothing to 10,000 Credits trading series. Today, we'll take our 6,500 credit inventory and trade it up and try to get closer to the ultimate goal of 10,000 credits. Also, apparently 94% of the people watching my videos aren't actually subscribed, so I'd really appreciate if you would go down and hit that subscribe button if you do watch my videos, because it would really help me out. And last but not least, I do have a 5,000 subscriber giveaway going on in my Discord server. Link will be in the description, and I'll be giving away 5 Fennecs to 5 individual winners on all platforms just because of all the insane support I've had on the channel recently. So without any further ado, let's just get right on into the video. For the first trade of today's episode, I was able to get myself a Sparkles Unpainted boost for 30 credits, and I have been able to sell these off for 200 plus credits in the past, so definitely some very solid profit on this trade here. Then I was able to find somebody selling their Cristiano wheels for 130 credits, and as usual, I usually sell these off for 180 to 250 credits, so we made some, again, 100 credits profit-ish here. And then he was also having a non-crate barrier that he wanted to sell, and I offered him 30 credits because I could make myself a 10 credit profit there, and he went ahead and took that. Next up is a quick trade, selling off 3 non-crate rares for 10 credits each, totaling to 30 credits. And here's another quick trade, selling off our orange overgrowth for 60 credits. Non-crate barriers currently on PC sell off for no more than 40 credits, so we got ourselves a good deal here, getting ourselves 40 credits for our non-crate barrier. Like I said at the end of last episode, when I was purchasing the sky blue HEPHAESTUS for 100 credits, the black HEPHAESTUS has gone up quite a lot in price on the spreadsheet, as you can see here, and I expect the other colors to go up at least a little bit, because that's usually what happens when one color goes up, the rest will follow. So here we're just getting ourselves a few HEPHAESTUS and we'll resell them in the future. And somebody actually added me on my post on RlGarage. They said that they had 3 non-crate very rares for 30 credits each, and that oven in itself is already a 30 credit profit, but one of the non-crate very rares actually ended up being an anodized pearl, which I know I can sell off anywhere from 100 to 150 credits. So the profit in this trade totals to around 100 credits. Next up is a simple trade paying 300 credits for Crimson HEPHAESTUS, and as said earlier in this video and at the end of last video, I think that these colored HEPHAESTUS wheels have a potential to rise in price, which is why I'm paying for them. And after a few hours of posting up the titanium white overgrowth for its maximum RL Insider price of 400 credits, I was able to find myself a buyer, and to be honest, this overgrowth took a lot longer to sell than usual. I would say that the colored and cheaper overgrowths sell off much quicker, but titanium white overgrowth is still a good item to flip. In the next trade, I was able to secure myself an insane item overpay on my anodized pearl, getting myself an anodized worth 80 credits, 50 credits, and a non-crate barrier worth 40, and then a random item which I don't really care about, but the items totaled to around 170 credits, which is 20 credits over the maximum RL Insider price for the anodized pearl. Definitely not going to say no to that insane profit. And because of the fact that I was able to successfully sell off my first titanium white overgrowth for 400 credits, I decided to pick up an additional one for 270 credits, knowing that I could probably get myself at least an 80 credit profit, probably more. Here's just a quick trade, and one that we have seen many times throughout the series, buying a Cristiano wheel for 130 credits, and again a 50 to 70 credits guaranteed profit here, knowing I could get myself 180 to 250 credits. Next up, selling off my Sparkles boost that I paid 30 credits for 250 credits pure, getting myself 220 credits profit. And here's just a quick trade, selling off an anodized for 80 credits. I also lowered the price that I was asking for on my pearlescent mats, considering that there's people listing theirs up for 50 credits, so I'm going to be able to take 80 credits comfortably, knowing that I can literally just buy one back for 50 credits if someone else wants to buy it off for more. Here's just a quick trade, buying myself 2 non-crate very rares and a non-crate import, which I can sell for 120 credits, and I'm paying 90 credits for all 3, so that's a 30 credit solid profit there. And here I'm buying a Sparkles boost for 30 credits, and as you saw earlier this episode, I was able to get myself 250 credits, so I'm going to just put that as a 170 credit profit to be safe and move on with the trades. Here we are getting ourselves a second Crimson HEPHAESTUS for 300 credits. And again, I think that these may rise, but since we are getting closer and closer to our 10,000 credits trading mark, I think that I might end up selling these off for market value. So we'll see what happens, but I'm sure that I can make myself at least a little bit of profit. Here's a quick trade, where I was able to get myself 40 credits for my non-crate very rare, but I actually listed it up as if it was an octane decal. Here's a quick trade where I got 2 non-crate very rares for 30 credits each, giving me a 20 credit profit. And here's another quick one, selling off a Yuzo non-crate rare for 40 credits. The next trade is one of the most insane trades I've ever made in a Nothing to Something series. I got myself over 1,000 credits profit here because I'm selling the Cristiano wheel around a 200 credits, and then we got the Zombos worth 200 credits, and then he ended up adding when I asked him for some small ads, because whenever I do a trade I normally like to ask for ads to squeeze some extra profit out of him, and he said he'd add a fireworks no problem, and I was like, wow, that's a big overpay. Fireworks goes for like 300 credits. We got into the trade window, it was actually a sky blue fireworks, and I'm assuming he got it from a crate, but this sky blue fireworks actually goes for over 1,000 credits at the time of recording, so we made ourselves like an 1,000 credit profit here, pretty nice. Next up is just a quick trade, getting ourselves a Cristiano wheel for 130 credits. And another quick trade, getting myself 200 credits for 5 not crate very rares, which is 40 credits each, and having paid 30 credits each in the past, we got ourselves a 50 credit profit. And we sold off our Zomba from earlier for 180 credits, and again I'm noticing that Zombas can actually sell for a bit more, probably around 200 to 240 credits, but at the moment I am not interested in waiting a few hours to sell Zombas, and just took easy profit. Here is yet again another quick trade, getting myself 80 credits for my anodized paint finish, and 80 credits for 2 non-crate very rares. I ended up accepting an offer of 1,040 credits for my sky blue fireworks, and I threw in this liftoff banner. Not really worth anything because it's not a non-crate very rare, it's simply just a very rare. And the reason why I took this trade is because painted block markets typically don't have that much demand, and the sky blue fireworks at the time was going for 1.1k to 1.3k on the spreadsheet, so only 60 credits under minimum value for painted block market, definitely not going to say no. Next up is a fairly profitable trade, getting myself a black and white overgrowth, 500 credits total, and I paid around 300 for the white and 200 for the black. So if I got minimum value for both of those, I'd be getting myself 600 credits, which is a nice decent profit. Here, I think I can get myself around a 20 to 50 credit profit on this Crimson Sentio, as a friend had told me that it could sell off for more than 30 credits. Here's a quick trade, getting myself 120 credits for 3 non-crate very rares, again 40 credits each, just a standard trade. And as you guys have seen in the past with my videos, I usually successfully sell off pearlescent mats for 80 to 120 credits, so this is going to make us a solid 40 to 80 credit profit. And in a previous trade, I was able to pick up a white standard for 770 credits, and as I said before, it goes for 850 credits to 950 credits at the time of recording, so I posted it up and eventually found this buyer willing to pay 850 credits for my white standard. And for the last trade of today's video, yet again I'll be buying another HEPHAESTUS wheel. This time it'll be pink, because I think that it has a good chance of rising, considering that black at the time was skyrocketing in price. That's going to be it for today's video, where we made some really solid profit, especially on that Cristiano trade where I was able to get myself that sky blue fireworks. If you guys enjoyed today's video, I'd really appreciate a subscription and a like. It really helps me out and shows me that you guys like these videos. And for you guys who have stuck around till the end, be sure to comment JoKin is bae in the comment section down below, so that I could know that you have watched the entire video. That's it for me, and peace out.